far away. You shut me down, but I won't fall. I Titania. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I Titania. You shoot me down. 啊？变什么？变嚣张？我是公认的怪了，我不是我是他们都说我怪，我就怪啊就怪了不然了。You shoot me down, fire away, fire away， 怎样？有吗 ？Away, fire away, you shoot me down, powerful。有这回事吗？爱泰坦尼亚。来，大家晚安，欢迎收看我们今天的节目。我是春泥，为大家带来开场歌曲是，这是怎么念的 ？David Guetta Titanium featuring Sia。这首歌不知道哦，就有10年以上了。这首歌我是在那个叫什么 Peach Perfect 那个叫什么？哦，Peach 那个叫什么？我们上次听那个唱歌比赛那个非 Amy 那个叫什么？潘 Amy 那个电影叫什么？哦，对，歌喉战，歌喉战第1集里面出来的歌。这个跟 L 有点像，我们是不会倒下的。I am Titanium， 无奶金刚不坏。有奶变。可是花儿不是。好了，上次呢，我们讲到我们在双子宫呢成功要捕捉赫斯菲托斯，结果呢被远峰人反将一军了哈。那我们现在撤退来基地之后，我们要想下一步。跟我们的远峰的内应呢，交接完之后呢，我们打算要从空中进行轰炸。
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey, can't I get 1 damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Katalo's right.
Hello.
We must fight.
All right, so what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base? Something like that. So... After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith Eric.
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... At least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first, we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
你永远都笑得像哈姆汉克斯一样。汤姆汉克斯。
We all are.
阿布台了。
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
补运仪式啊。2。就忘记那个。你说的什么东西啊？哎，那个我没仔细看。10号之翼。慢慢的啊，你说呢？我们家特别闷吧？对啊。会吗？对，我还先跟他讲话，就要开始跑动画了。就3、4而已啊。礼拜几？礼拜6、礼拜1啊。好玩。
We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plain Song and further east to the Nora sacred lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Bala. He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Bala was stubborn.
Yeah, she.
It wasn't easy, but I tracked down the flower, gathered its seeds.
Mm. 对啊。没那么冷的时候。先这样吧，我觉得那个太舒服了。对啊，他第2件了，老婆。复盘。可以啊。
From death follows new
Lara
life.
也没到很贵的。
So it is with the land.
都是800-900不是吗？我又不会买大，我为什么买大衣啊？又没。
I'm with child, Aloy. I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini. Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here.
这个 Silver 的我也觉得不错啊。
We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
等夏天，等那个夏天的时候再说吧。
I never got to tell him. To thank him for saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me. He always knew.
这个中等啊，什么牛奶的还是什么的、啊？
Goodbye, Varl. I promise to look after them. I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear. Then I'll use it on a sunwing and get ready for an entrance Regala will never forget.
再会了，我的好友，花心大圣，华尔。不是啊，我们不是礼拜，你不是礼拜二才洗过吗？二。
Clean my gear. I could do yours if you want.
嗯哼。 有没有从空中轰炸了？原来我是蝙蝠侠3啊！
I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain.
打败那群太空混蛋。安猫女就是本来就是很经典的蝙蝠侠的角色啊。那个黑人啊。 啊，可是他就是会找，之前都是找白人来演，然后有时候会有黑人，反正他们有时候会找拉丁裔来演，都有啦，那不一定都是白人，也不一定都是黑人。安海瑟，安海瑟薇演过，最经典的是那个蜜雪儿菲佛演过。蜜雪儿菲佛演谁哦？那个啊，黄蜂女啊，蚁人跟黄蜂女啊。 黄蜂女不是要救一个妈妈嘛？她就是啊，她又是前任的猫女，她就是蜜雪儿菲佛。怎样？哎呦，哎呦，小孩子长大了。你说谁？海小云哦。报复，我现在只想要往前飞。
Tilda, I'm in the air.
Then you'll want to pick up an energy cell on one of the ancient Horus Titans. But first you must send out a pulse to activate them. I've sent you the necessary software. To deploy it, you'll have to override one of the communication machines you refer to as Tallnecks. There's one in the middle of the desert that should do nicely.
On it.
也喝上雨林。回甘就像现泡的回甘。上雨林有没有听到各位观众？虽然没有观众。我现在都喝低糖啊。我现在都喝微糖啊。很好，很好。胭脂红。
There's a tonic. Need to get on top of its head.
La 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 la.
Now, how to land this thing?
Hey, 小给啊，小给啊。
Made it. Just there. Okay, Tilda. I've overridden the tall neck.
Good. And the energy cells are now primed. Simply pick one up on Horus. The nearest one should be northwest of your position. Dropping it on Regala's machine should produce quite a spectacle.
Thanks for the assist.
I told you, I want to help.
"不换你的例子，我还你恩熙千贵，并不是。走喽！我现在只想要往前飞，飞无所谓。这比陆行的还难飞。晚安，欢迎收看我们今天的节目，我是孙宁。谁呀？我看一下。哦，报告傍晚带めぐみさんですね。你看我撞3臂了，等一下。
Regala's rebels. Reinforcements, maybe. Heading for the grove.
看我现在是个3宝，你看哦。很帅哦。
Where's the energy cell? I don't want to Titan's back.
来转一圈来看看，嘿咻，杂技团，他卡住了，等一下。妈，我居然能骑一手龙，太帅了！可是我是3宝，等一下，我是个3宝，可以让我降落了吧？拾起，走吧，我们去纪念你吧。我去打仗喽！哦，等一下，我先把弹药先做好。我等一下把雷加拉达裸体，哎。艾罗，你都不会晕吗？在我飞到之前，我先开一个完成。算了，我本来想把 UI 关掉。来喽！你也看动画？你都等一下，桃园是怎么了？你晚餐只能吃豆浆哦？你那边是怎么了？烧烧的烟蒂。我的鸡怎么都中招了？
It's Aloy. She flies on the wings of the Ten. The tide has turned. Push through. End of the line, Hakara. Now on your knees, and I'll give you the death you didn't have the spine to give me. They're down! The machines! All of them! They're down! What? How's that possible? Regala! Enough bloodshed! Let's settle this. You and me. Easy to say when you're atop a machine.
Well, that was just to get your attention. I don't need any help to take you down.
Fine. I accept your challenge. And once I'm done with you, I'll get to finish the slaughter.
We'll see about that.
The duel is set. Let none interfere.
不会，吃饱才有力气可以减。我老婆最近也在说她要减肥啊。结果我们今天就去吃那个去面摊吃面， 然后呢，我们就点一个小的那个什么麻酱面，然后那麻酱面超大，它蛮小碗的，可是它的面是满出来的。哎，再打！好了，我先把他头盔打下来。之后我们是2个人吃那一碗小碗的麻酱面，看超恶心的。因为我点了2碗，我以为想说1人1碗小碗的，然后再点一些卤菜，结果那个这个头盔怎么都不会掉啊？很好玩。为什么我又没有那个了？本来就是这样，临江之米啊。哎呀，雷佳都快裸体了。哎，对，就这样。哎。哎。怎么会掉了？我拿个。啊？他不是快没穿了、啊？不是啊，那个头盔怎么做的，都打不下来。来看一下无敌电标码的位置。天哪，我在打魔兽啊，还会换场地耶！
So that's how it's gonna be.
哦，不客气。11，哎，好多补血的哦。哦，对。好。没准备。 我只剩一滴血。 棒感。
Are you here to play or fight? You can't hide from me!
你要不要先吃一点东西啊？我这边会打很久的样子。谢了。哎呦！
Is your heart beating fast? That's the fear that will consume you.
喝豆浆，太惨了吧！喝无糖豆浆。
Your pain feeds me.
I can keep going.
Here it comes. This is where it ends.
Yeah. It is.
Tatiana! Live on as a memory! Don't give up the pain. Use it. I will tell all how plainly you. I'll tear that braided head from your body. Challenge. You have some strength to you. Is this how you give up your life?
起来！起来！起来！
This is no way to fight. Your blade blunt, your courage wasted, your body weak.
I need this.
什么鬼？
Sonora, cry tears of salt when they should shed rivers of blood. You are as weak as all the children of the East.
好了，我要给他做一集了。哎，对对，哦，他走后面了。收工。哦。
Here I am again, on my knees before bullets and cowards. Go ahead, run me through.
Shut your mouth, traitor.
It was you who flew in on the wings of the 10. You who challenged her by our rights. You must decide her fate.
胜者决定败者的命运就对了哈。我来过那一次，结果只是让事情更糟。
She was the best of my marshals. What a waste.
晚安，欢迎收看我们今天节目，我是春妮。我们现在终于打掉这个叛军的首领雷加拉了哈。我们现在呢，应该又可以决定他的命运了哈。可惜这边不能存档，这边你就要决定他生还是死了。好，有3种选项，性命结束在此，就把他杀了。杀了可以拿到一把他的武器，输的呢，他可以当成援军，还有他后面的剧情。然后这不容易呢，就是2、2、3、4再来一次啊。什么意思呢？再让你选一次。好了，我们请我们梅姑咪桑，梅姑咪桑。我的话倒起，倒起，哒哒哒哒哒哒哒。如果是你玩到这一段，你会想要把他杀了，还是把他当那个后援
？Despite all that she's done, she's never been one to break her word.
看我，
I won't beg for my life.
依照艾罗伊的个性，他不会杀人，他很小，这么强。对不对？达尔哎，被击塔哎，对不对？被打脸也爽啊！然后要选了。
I'm not here to forgive you for your crimes, but there's another battle ahead against an enemy more powerful than anything you can imagine.
在那上面就是下面的来帮自己动手。自己都不用动手，我告诉你，在这个游戏你都是下面的那一个，艾罗伊都是下面的那一个。阿罗，我在那个论坛上面看到有些人叫他阿罗伊，阿罗伊。
My blood is yours. Your enemies are mine.
Meet us at our stronghold.
因为他是个行动派啦，他不喜欢嘴巴说，他都是自己喜欢自己调查自己处理。
She does not need it.
I will be there. You have my word.
I'll hold you to it.
每个人都是。
There's something you both need to see in the throne room.
我觉得他们衣服都穿得好潮哦。
He surrendered to our guards outside the grove. Claims he has an urgent message for the Outlander who defeated Regala.
这个欧瑟兰人跟强尼戴普。
It's for her alone.
强尼戴普。
From an interested party.
这边就是一个细节，就是你现在到了这个 Western 这个地方，有很多不同的聚落，统称印第安人啊，不是提纳科人，你可以把它当成印第安人。然后呢，就它有不同的部族嘛，你身为一个主角，你会到不同的地方遇到不同的人。然后这边的细节就是每个部族有自己的穿衣风格。
You saved the tribe. Let me help you with your mission.
像这个首领啊，大酋长啊，他就是蓝色系航海风。
So get to your task.
Then at least allow me to give you this armor for the battle ahead.
哦，所以这个线是拿到盔甲。
Thank you.
我们的老朋友来了。
Do you have any idea what you've just done?
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you too, Silence.
Congratulations on your victory. You saved the Tanakh for a few weeks. Unfortunately, you doomed the entire.
看他这样子好像雷兹哦，雷兹。
I don't need a Tanakh army to defeat the Zeniths.
Oh, Eloy. Have you learned nothing about the enemy you're up against?
More than you, hiding whatever hole you found. My idea is just better than anything you ever came up with.
Go on.
No, not here. We're doing this my way. Face to face, and with the weapon you've developed.
And why would I agree to that?
Because I'm your only way of beating the Zeniths, and getting the copy of Apollo that's on their ship. So meet me at my base. Mountains west of Plainsong. Time to submit to the inevitable silence and follow the person who actually knows what she's doing. Don't be late.
Show me love, I won't fall, I Titanic. 要被检举了，等一下。
Tilda, you there? I did it. Silence is on board, so head to my base.
Impressive.
不会是要结束了吧
I'll be there as soon as I can.
I'll be there. 不是。趁回去前再多做点事，只能飞上天了。孤注一掷，这很明显就是最后一关的最后一关的任务。那我们就先四处逛逛吧，我们可以四处飞了，对不对？我要看一下什么新的装备可以拿。啊，可以穿。哦什么了？哦什么？你哦什么？提那颗大元帅耶！哇，看戏。来看一下，哦，还不错看呢。来穿一下。来看一下。不是啊，这里。这个角度就不用了，还不错哎，老实说。可惜应该拿一把雷加纳之路。
Can I ask you something? Of course. I've brought you more of the voices you're collecting. Another chance to learn about this lost war.
黑盒用黑盒子买这东西哦，这么屌！按牙送。
Let me know when you want to trade for those voices.
现在几点？9点45，有没有时间再打？我看看。
I'll see if this signal leads me to another recording.
9点45。八子，不要再给我尿尿了。好了，打不赢再说吧，我们先去打吧。晚安，欢迎收看我们今天的节目，我是春妮，欢迎收看我们今天的直播。今天我们要 们终于打到最后几关了哈，阻止了雷加拉的叛变之后呢，我们要然后对付远风人了哈。远风人呢，就是在地球发生基线末世的时候，逃离地球寻找新世界的人。可是呢，他们也把另外一个世界弄糟了，所以呢，想要回地球，然后呢，继续掌控这个地方，掌控这边的科技，掌控这边的那个主宰权。好，那艾罗伊要应付的就是这些人。然后呢，他先把这个区域上的叛变处理完之后呢，还要来处理这里了。嗯？为什么不能开？你玩到那个试炼了吗？我记得你这几天都有玩吗？我知道上班很累了，上线被机器虐一下，不是虐一下机器也不错，虐一下那个守侍者。我之前好像是一直在那个，就是离开诺拉村之前，把那一块全部都打掉，然后一直在刷武器，刷线圈。我只玩了1天就够了，没关系啦。我们都是社畜嘛，对不对？都是社畜，超可怜的社畜。我们先记录一下，而且是手动记录。而且我跟你讲，这边超心机的，这边的记录啊，要按叉叉才是确定。社畜。没关系啊，有空就慢慢玩就好了，对不对？不过呢，你知道的，我这篇玩完也会寄给你，那你接着玩，一次玩2篇。你有兴趣的话，再买一下他那个 DLC， 一代有 DLC， 冰冻荒原就是一个外传的故事，看你要不要玩。其实它蛮好看的，爸子，你这个看不底啊，过来，看不得哦。太多了，这个可以玩很久呢，真的可以玩很久，慢慢玩。
Hey, Mr.
Why is
Know-it-all
it
is here.
Tom
You know, your focus buddy who never smiles. I didn't know what to do with him, so I had him wait in your room.
请在你的房里等，不是客房吗？怎样？什么东西在哪里？外面啊，今天都弄完一轮了。还有吗？不对，我都喂完了，你从柜子拿。我看我们赛伦是大帅哥了，雷兹。他是你之后你之后会在1代里面遇到他好几次。他讲出他的底线了，我需要你的协助。他那把武器才能打那个远风人的护盾。你可以现在杀了我。好。
Though we'll both face a decidedly short future if you can't get us inside that base.
Aloy, your other guest is here. She's coming to you.
Thanks. Good timing. The truth
怎么你还有
I can't actually get us into the base.
你有那么多游戏可以玩呢？怎样？好的。
Not a fan of surprises, are you? That must be your little invention.
Does the weapon work? Without self-destructing?
Of course it does. I've eliminated the imperfections and greatly improved its design and output.
How can we be sure?
Care for a demonstration?
Enough, both of you. We're in this together, at least for now.
这个眼神就像一见钟
Go
情。
talk to Erend. Tell him I said to give you rooms of your own. I'll come see you when I get a chance.
他是他的包，他是他的背包客嘛，背包。
Oh no, you first.
就是一个完全不同次元的人，你知道吗？
Better get everyone in the control room, so Tilda can tell us what she knows about the Zenith base.
将来这两个人一定会在一起。是不是完全是不同次元的人呢？好了，我先下去找那个。哦，不是这里，我垂楼推。虽然这里是我的基地，但我还是会迷路，就跟我们老板一样，永远都不知道他人在哪里。当我们需要他的时候，雷加拉。
And the others up there, your squad.
They can hold their own.
可是我们应该可以用他的军队啊。
Space, it may not be what you're used to.
但是还是都被我们杀了。奇怪，我们不是说俘虏了吗？
Call it what it is.
就是一个牢笼，舒适的牢笼。我们现在台湾人也是啊，花了1000万、2000万买一个舒适的牢笼。你有钱还买不到、欸。
The whole time I've been in the West, I've been fighting you and your rebels. I'd at least like to know why.
You were among the enemy. What more is there to know?
Why did you do it?
Torok, Jiroka, Makalo, and the Karja pushed into the desert to raid our people. My brother's squad was among the first to intercept them. But the Karja captured them, strung them up, and burned them alive as an example. It was too late. I found them by the sound of their screams.
So you wanted vengeance?
Vengeance? No. I wanted devastation. To tear down the Karja's cities and drown the land in blood.
如果你说你想复仇，我就会把你当成猫女，或者是蝙蝠侠。
Chunks like dust. But my chief betrayed the Tanakh.
可是没办法，复仇这种事情是没有办法阻止的，会无止境的延续下去。
But we did more than just defend. We hunted them, and they fled as children before a pack of claw striders all the way to their border. There we ripped down their stone walls. Their domain was ours for the taking. But when it came time to push on, Hikaru ordered us to fall back. What soldier retreats when slaughter is at hand?
The kind who wants peace for their people.
Peace is just a lull between vendettas. But I thought my chief had greater tactics in mind, so I stood by him, even when he allowed that filthy Karja to join our ranks.
Fashav.
I enjoyed watching him die at the embassy. He should have been put down when we first captured him on the field. Instead, Hikaru made him a marshal.
Fashav told me how he became a marshal. He earned it just like any Tenakth.
It was an insult. No Outlander can ever deserve to wear our armor, bear our marks. And then a Karja messenger was brought before us. That's when I knew. I had to run my blade through Hikaru and drag his treacherous corpse to the gates of the sun.
What happened when the Karja messenger appeared before Hikaru?
The Quivering priests bore a message from their new king. No more war. No more raids. Suddenly the Karja wanted to talk peace. An embassy at the very fortress we tore down. A true Tenakth would never take a Karja truce. Their blood exists to be spilled, but Hikaru lapped up the priest's message. He showed himself a Karja-loving traitor when he accepted. That's when I challenged him.
And lost.
His mercy was just another sign of his weakness. I vowed never to rest until the debt was repaid. With him on his knees.
然后阿罗伊就出现了，阿罗伊。
So with an army of soldiers and machines at my back, I returned.
我觉得他绑的那个头发，那是他头发吗？辫子吗？很像是锅炸那种扫把，锅炸的扫把。这边就是讲说，之前的卡尔加王国、太阳王国会对他领土四周的一些地方发动侵略，这就是所谓的赤色袭击。然后那时候老国王呢，就是现在这个国王的爸爸。然后那时候就是因为民不聊生，所以呢，现在的国王呢做了那个政变，把他的爸爸干掉之后，收复了，就是想要收复对其他人国家失去的信心，所以呢开始在做这个和谈这个动作。亚伦德嘛，是什么？突然忘记他叫什么名字。他就是发动了政变，把他爸爸杀掉，停止了这个暴政之后呢，他现在要开始四处派使者去那些满目疮痍的地方呢，进行和谈。现在呢，就是雷加拉他在讲他那个事情。
Hundreds of Tenakth won't throw away their lives in a battle they can't win.
好了，现在这位是谁玩的？很帅啊，帅翻了！国仇家恨，然后就遇到了主角，这种主角光环，怎样一滴血锁血反杀
？Really?
I failed to kill Hikaru, failed to eliminate you. No Tenakth would follow me.
不能杀死和卡罗，不能杀。
Karja remain out of my reach, cowering behind their walls. All I have left are the screens of those.
其实他写的很立体，他就是国仇家恨，想要报仇。可是这遇到了主角。
All right. I guess we'll both face the end soon enough.
Ever since you got in my way, I've wanted to see your bones burned white beneath.
好呛。
But if I'm to die in battle, then it might as well be with the one who flew the wings of the ten.
I'll let you know when it's time to move out.
10号之翼就是他们对于那些飞行的那个机械生物的一个统称，因为我觉得是飞机啦。可是他们对那个异手龙，他们也讲10号之翼，我是觉得有点，应该都是一个统称。好了，我要 assemble 就对了，复仇者联盟要 assemble 了。
Avengers. I think it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us.
But is there anything I should handle before that?
他这句话就是提醒你要先去升级了，先去升级。我先去记录一下好了。我看我能打到哪了。太空混蛋，超帅！升起来！对啊，一定要啊！社畜人生，我想到我们社畜就是这些社畜就是社畜，领着那个打卡制的薪水，然后做着责任制的工作，然后每天都要被狗干，然后老板像神经病一样，自己也像神经病一样，不知道自己在干嘛。我是谁？我在哪里？我在干嘛？
All right, people. I need you up in the control room right away. Okay, everyone. We all know what's at stake. Beta, Gaia. Not to mention life on Earth.
欧美电影最常搞的
Now it might seem like the Zeniths are
那个
invincible,
演
but
讲
they're
来了。
not. We've got what it takes to break into their base and defeat them.
比如说 ID4 星际终结者，然后复仇者联盟，然后如果有真人版电影，新人吗？我觉得会是梅丽史翠普演这个角色。
I can get us inside to this location, undetected.
魔导。
Exactly.
You'll know when you need to.
哦，帅哦！
Once inside, our goal will be this.
感觉就是梅丽史翠普会演的角
The
色。
launch tower. Gaia and Beta are being held at the top. But along the way, we will face overwhelming resistance. Most importantly, from Gerard, Eric, and James. But also,
once I take away their shields, we should be able to deal with them. But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
even if your device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
If only we had an army to fight them.
I've got that under control.
Oh.
You'll know when you need to. All right. We'll meet up again just before we go in. Where's the best place to rendezvous?
On the coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
所以你要进攻的时候，会有很多那个小圈圈开始
I'll let you know when I arrive.
开出来，然后呢，就一群群的军队就走出来了。然后呢，艾罗伊就拿着他的矛说 ：“Avengers, assemble！” 那个画面真的是很难想象。Avengers, assemble！ 想太多哦。
You two? A minute?
你需要一个军队，我自由安排。哎，就是他们两个人的部族，不会吧
Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator.
哪里啊？
Here.
哦，这里。
Once we're inside, I need you two to split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives. This will help stop the drones. Everything depends on it.
哦，要把源头炸掉。
You with me? After that, I want you to find a way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
一定是啊。
How?
是哦。
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew how to do it, I'm sure of that.
All right. But why? What am I trying?
我就一直觉得这个穿白色衣服的女生很像汤姆汉克斯，那一型的。
Silence is right about one thing. There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
塞伦斯说的没错，他说的话我们不能全信。可是我告诉你，塞伦斯说的话你也不能信，他也骗过你。所有的人说的话都不能全信。哎，我北贡啊，要 assemble 了。
Okay. Almost time to go.
与你的同伴交谈，非必要任务。
Might be good to check up on everyone first.
先看看大家的情况。好，走。我以为要强制进入了，还好没有，又可以再记录了。很怕做任何事都要存档。前往会面。往好运进他们的基地。没有武器就甭想报仇。我们
Aloy, aren't we meeting at the beach near the?
那你在这边干嘛
We are. I just wanted to check in on everyone first. We're finally doing this.
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of immortals.
太空外太空城市不好人，我一辈子都会想到这种任务。
Drinking songs already.
你想什么的？
I guess I should get going.
I'll see you at the rendezvous point. With my hammer ready.
I wouldn't have it.
不是，那对我好多哦。
There you are. Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon.
这感觉就是从哪边走出来的人，你知道吗？从 Prada 的恶魔走出来的。美丽史翠普。
How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
我们交往过一阵子，什么？
What happened?
我看了什么
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but
我跟你说哈，我只能先告诉你，伊丽莎白她指的就是一个很重要的人，她干了大事，才有现在这个东西。我只能告诉你这些，剩下你自己去玩你就知道了，你就知道伊丽莎白·索贝克是谁。我不能剧透，因为1、2代的剧情是连在一起的，所以我觉得，所以我才会说，要么我这个玩完我再寄过去，你这样可以一次玩2片。一次玩下来会很爽。干大事，没错，他就是干大事。现在呢 ，Aloy 也是干大事啦，都一样。
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream. It's what?
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
Wow, 好多哦。
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths, but you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
我想节省一下时间，好多哦。
Out of necessity.
both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary.
干大事是吧？没错，你在1代里面就是要研究这个人。你的所作所为跟这个人有关。你可以开游戏了啊，不是？没关系啊，等你有空。
In the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? Honest time. Thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Farzineth, not who I truly am.
What else can we expect to find in the Zenith base?
As I mentioned in the briefing, our goal will be the command center. That's where Beta and Gaia are being held. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them. In addition, they've also been ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
So, Eric... Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley. Ever the op. When we established our colony, he built lights, shows, gambling, and while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies...
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't...
No, he perished. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ink, who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of... Unlike most of Far Zenith's members, Verbena inherited her billions. At age 24, she became the world's most... someone who leverages the... In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true.
Okay, so
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth.
And let me guess.
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel, and I had fascinating discussion. Our immortality treatments are... But then there were others like Devin Miller. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us...
用他们专有名词在讲话的时候，我觉得很厉害。
We had each other.
Okay.
I'll be here until... And thank you, Aloy. My past has always been a struggle. I see Liz's dream fulfilled.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will.
Elizabeth's pendant with me for months. But since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep it here, where it'll be safe. My old spear. Rust helped me make it when I finished my training. Feels like so long ago now. This is the rite of passage that the Shav gave me at the embassy. I liked him. Seemed like a good man. I think he was really looking forward to it.
哇，跑这些剧情，跑了快半个小时。拜拜啦。
Did you need something? Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. While you're here, I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game, and as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
Okay, so your you learned about the Zeniths, and you came up with a plan to defeat them, and to get the Tanakhs to fight for you. You, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regala's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or...?
So all this time, even before why couldn't you...
When I learned of the Zenith's return, I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tanakhs to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be, and I knew you would never allow such... Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation. At the Hades Proving Lab.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zeniths at the Hades Proving Lab.
Based on everything I knew about them, thereby keeping you out of...
So you really didn't know they had their...
No.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't... Why create the Sons of... You didn't need a bunch of Oseram tinkerers.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades in the Eclipse through the Sons of Prometheus.
Tell me about the weapon.
I've upgraded the delivery system.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes, even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work.
Why help Regala take over?
Before Regala's rebellion, Hikaru was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with Akarja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to...
So helping a bloodthirst...
Yes. Exceedingly, she would have led the tribe into battle with...
While I was out there...
The tribe from...
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focus. Don't you want to know more about...
No. They stumbled upon the greatest... They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed and missed it.
Yes, well, it also...
Did it now?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned, we found Pharaoh.
You must have needed Omega clearance.
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
All right, silence, I think. And try not to mess...
yes. For someone to live as well.
Yeah.
Survival is only a necessity to...
Do you know...
Oh, I know a great deal of things.
Oh, a feeling? You mean you finally had one?
Got my gear.
For?
Thank. So, fall.
You know, thank you.
I guess
I guess.
I was hoping.
Please.
You telling me you after everything?
Sure. You think?
I don't think anyone. I can't tell you that keeps her.
Do I smell?
I brought some up with everything is besides. That's what my.
Maybe another time. Anything happen?
Zoe asked not for eat. Have you asked me to meddle my...
Howard?
Oh, actually, but I'm...
Glad to hear it. Have you...
Yeah, when she's not reading the art, she took the... I gotta say, but I can see...
Anybody take...
Zoe can't stand... I tried Alva, but I don't think...
What about...
Ah, no, I'm pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good...
Doesn't look like...
Yet, so...
Don't worry.
Looking forward.
You look...
Ha! I've just been one of...
He'll do fun.
Yeah,
You've been looking...
I asked, and they call. Turns out, are you mixed?
If that would...
A little save my butt. Besides...
Wouldn't want to spoil... What else?
Yeah, I've been looking at... God, I mean, this more, though.
Maybe I should...
Right.
You,
I tried, and you say...
I think so.
Yeah. Oh.
So, how did Ursa escape Mad Sun King Jiran's power?
Well, first she had to survive this, for what? Thinking somehow that would... And when it was Ursa's, the cards you thought she'd go down if...
Oh, but
And she defeated all. And the Mad Sun King was... He enjoyed it.
That's how she met Avad. He helped her escape.
Yeah, but what no Karja scroll will ever tell you is how the young prince snuck Ursa. He knew their best chance was to get Ursa to blend in. He got her everything she needed to disguise her.
I get the feeling...
Oh man, Ursa would have rather fought her, but Avad insisted it was the only way. So Avad had to...
She made Avad...
As perfumed and powdered as a babe.
That would,
Oh, it worked like they paid a traveling merchant to get Ursa to the board.
You were...
All good stories.
I should...
Right.
Aloy, fighting this... Nothing you do, at least... Thanks. I know there's probably a lot on your mind right now.
太贴切。
I was hoping we could discuss the land gods.
我实在是念不下去了，好多。
Thoughts on her? I'd say she's more like a... She's... Everyone, he realized, to be honest, so he brought up this... We said, however, and any... I miss... I know. Ready to... Whatever. You look like we're going to war, but it makes me real... Fighting for that helps to know you're... For a moment, I don't know what... What are you going... I'm not sure. Last time I from the old... Like you've done, maybe one day... That sounds... Read anything? I found... Apparently it... That and me. Have you talked... Aaron... Char... How's Aaron? But he never... Guessed that. Awesome. Have you met her? I could bear... Varl... Though... We showed her to... That sounds like all... You've been getting... Of course. In this... Is there any... Real... You and... I was one... Oh, that bad. Why do you want... He spoke of... She could be pretty icy. I feel... I wouldn't worry about it. I would have liked... Maybe I can... I think that could be right. You ever play the... Strike? I was hoping no such luck. How are things? Slightly... Apparently called it... You'd think we haven't... You and Eric... He may have... And that ale... I still plan on... Try not to... You and Eric... He may have... And that ale... I still plan on... Try not to... So, by holding the but planes in the end, the Utaru in exchange, this custom, I believe I've been meaning to ask. You didn't see. That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who when the Karja invaded the Utaru plains, they burned our fields. To be sacrificed. I was helping. The chorus was others, and while they I moved to the injured. One day, I rushed there with the smell. I'm sorry. I made it. I did not. I did. News of before we knew we sounds like you enough that we chased. You said you were at Barren Light? Tanakh marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover of night. Before we knew it, the gates were open, and what happened next? When all the dust and blood settled, our enemies' defeat. I went back. Is that when you... I thought then you came. I could either... I'm glad you... I should go. Before you do. What is it? You place this focus in my care. If I should fall in back... So, make sure you... Let's... Holograms. Gaia must have repurposed the equipment in here to store their data. And it looks like it's getting some use.
I'd be lying.
The plan will...
Right. Oh!
I see.
What would... This could... That is... A divine... And... But... Maybe it'll...
Any more?
We knew the answer. We theorized, but... And we thought... The sheer...
Even so, where I grew up, lit by the goddess.
Yeah, an entire... There's... But...
And dead.
I don't... If... Or what... Even... Would I be buried... Or would I dare... Or losing... I hated her guts. But apparently we became...
Well, I was smart.
Yeah, I do.
Don't see. I hope... Here. You're...
Oh.
You know that... Yeah. How are you all?
Zoe, but...
They need time. I don't... I imagine.
It's not that, I mean, but...
We grew up...
Yes.
I hope it...
Oh, and it's back home. You are not...
Have you... You should ask...
Maybe.
We will... And you?
Nervous? But I'm ready too.
Don't worry.
Oh, whatever. I never...
天哪，这对话怎么那么多啊？
I'm not... I know if we
我
die
根本
doing
点不完呢。
We'll try. But now I don't probably.
But you... I don't know. Back
divine and use, but like that is only over. Sure.
What happened?
Right. He was an as he sponsored and he took a week.
Ted.
I know. Anyway, in fact, so they might solve. If only, perhaps, the Emperor dozens of scouting and the Emperor one who wields the live. It may seem strange. We know. We lost and scores of soldiers, and that was before. Once we landed, and we struggled to. There were bright spots, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as he became more and more upset and more convinced that you heard him spouting nonsense. We knew these were, but he was quick to put.
What a great guy.
Gwen, but what stand for?
So Bohai.
He won't execute, but he's. I can't tell you how many times. The best thing I can say about him to.
Yep. So. The end.
Yes, those who. That is
the sea.
Right. Well, of the ancestors. That's how we thought. Our limited access. Missing.
The end.
Yeah. Those. The right of the ancestors. That's how our. Missing. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why?
Alika, not even your unless
it sounds hard.
Like the folk. Well, last time because of my. But
I promise.
I'll be at my truth.
Seen you since the.
I saw you. I would say.
Thank you.
It is all that.
We're lucky.
Oh.
好多。
But I.
It is.
Thank you. I heard.
Briefly, she'll be. Whoever.
You've had.
I farmer.
I'm.
Interested.
Did you?
Briefly. Are all.
I'm not. They managed.
I thought.
Does it?
I try not. It's difficult.
I can't.
Then you have my.
Have you?
I did.
That stuff's just.
You get used to it.
I'm sure. What?
We placed. Although it helps when things.
Somehow. Have you?
The Quinn is. Her mind is.
Trust me.
I will take. If I. What matters?
I'll do my best. We didn't.
There was. If he would. Among. When.
I'm sure. Things will get ugly.
I would have many souls, though.
Leave that.
As you said.
You said you.
That's right. I've been watching. They are faster. How many? I would not.
I'm with you. Must be.
I can to think.
What are you?
It's an. Though it could.
Do anything in?
I found it.
Oh.
Outside.
Ever thought of
that?
Found it.
Gaia. But it's later as they. At least the.
There is.
Yes.
How are you?
I look and to think that there is no.
Not about. Thank you.
I am to.
No.
I know.
Get it?
One that for it is.
Did you mean?
There is. I would.
Oh. You said there was something.
Gaia meant. I was wondering.
You wanted.
Yes. Gaia. She believed.
They're ancient.
I am not.
It might be dead. We were.
I see.
It sounds.
By the.
What did she?
You.
You're.
The Vipera. It and. So.
I won't lie.
I can only.
You?
Yeah, fine. As I grew, I thought it was
That must have...
Indeed.
Then why... Why did...
I was sent back then. I was fear. I never...
Why did
Dakota... I'd never... After I said, even though he was so I'm
sorry.
I am not.
I'll see you soon.
It will be...
I'll call you. We'll get what you...
Thank you.
多了一句话。去睡觉。是谁啊？雷加拉。
Here for more words, or is it time to strike?
哦。
I'll leave you be.
Then I.
好了，我们终于把对话都讲完差不多了，手动储存。好。打了多久啊？99分钟，好了，行前准备我们也做的差不多了啊。谢谢大家，我是孙妮。好了，差不多要去做准备了，要收集一些东西了。看周末吧，周末再开啊，因为要先升级一些东西，让我自己好打一点的。明马赫，好啦，谢谢大家，我是春妮，我们下次见，拜拜。
I need to tell you something.